Have you ever been discriminated against for your race, color, religion, political opinion, or even sexual orientation? Imagine going into your workplace and being fired for who you love or who you choose to marry. No one should have to hide or keep a job have to hide to keep a job. In 28 states in the US, you can be fired for being gay, lesbian, or bisexual. In this picture from Out and Equal, you can see in which states the US have a non-discrimination law. Where do I stand on the issue? I believe in equality in the workplace, not just for LGBTQ, but for everyone. I believe that no one should have to hide their sexual orientation or anything about them to be able to work. It shouldn't matter. I'm credible to speak about this topic because I've done immense amounts of research. I'm also part of the LGBTQ, and I'm an advocate for the rights of LGBTQ. So I'm going to talk about 3 main points today, and those are the people in the workplace, what is the problem, and how does it help having allies in your workplace. So, since I talked about that, I'm going to start into my first point. My first point, in the workplace of LGBTQ are harassed and bullied. According to Taylor Francis 2015, this article states that LGBTQ make non-LGBTQ comfortable and makes the workplace problematic. I disagree with this, and I think everyone should feel comfortable at work, not just for LGBTQ workers, but everyone. And like I said before in my previous statement, it shouldn't matter why or what you are. You all have to work, and that's that. Now that I talked about people in the workplace and being harassed, I'm going to talk about what is the problem. Why is discrimination in the workplace a problem? It's a big problem because everyone should feel comfortable in the workplace. According to Brown, 2014, 21% of LGBTQ are discriminated at work. This may not seem like a lot, but 21% is being discriminated. Can you imagine that? 21%. It doesn't really seem like a lot, but it is. Imagine how many are, according to Out and Equal, over 51% are in the closet at work. Now, that number is a large number. 51% of people are hiding themselves because they need to keep a job. That's ridiculous. Now that I've talked about why is it a problem, I'm going to talk about how having allies in the workplace is a big and major key. Having an ally in the workplace is someone you can talk to and you don't feel like you have to be discriminated against when you talk to that person. And it's a pretty good thing. Now that I kind of talked about like all of that, I'm going to tell you what discrimination in the workplace, what a non-discrimination law is. So this is a perfect workplace with no non-discrimination, and this is not a perfect workplace with non-discrimination laws. You can be discriminated and be fired for just being gay. If you're out, you can be fired, and it's ridiculous. And no one should have to feel like that. So let's review some steps in order to prevent workplace discrimination. Step 1 would be to solve the problem and seeing what happened. Bystander report it to your supervisor higher up. Step 2 would be to solve the problem would be to provide training, because often discrimination occurs unintentionally and is more aware the better off you are. And step 3, you can sign a petition to end discrimination in the workplace. Now that I have given you a solution to our problem, let's go over what could happen if my solution doesn't work. Let's take a look at this slide for a moment. As we said before, let's take a look at this slide. This is what could happen if this doesn't work. Imagine the perfect workplace, no discrimination, no one has to hide, they can work, they can be themselves without fear or of being fired for whom they love. Now look at the other one. If we don't stand up and fight to end discrimination in the workplace, it's going to continue and nothing's going to change. You want to be the change because it all starts with you. Now that I've discussed the benefits of my solution and disadvantages of not implementing my solution, let's see what you can do to stand up to fight and end discrimination in the workplace. Let's take action and fight to end discrimination in the workplace. Join the fight. So in conclusion, let's review. Where do I stand on the issue? I believe in equality. And today we talked about people in the workplace and the bullying, harassment, discrimination, what non-discrimination law was, what is the problem, and how can having allies in the workplace be beneficial, and the positive and negative effects of what could happen if my plan doesn't get implemented. So to conclude my speech, I will be walking you through on how to sign a petition to end LGBTQ discrimination in the workplace. So if you look at the handout in front of you, insert handout here, you will be taken to fight to end discrimination in the workplace petition. Here it is. There's a link on the edge of the paper. If you type that in, you can be brought to this website, Care to Petition, and you can sign the petition to end workplace discrimination. So join the fight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate everything you're doing.